Taking a nice little stroll here through the village, down to the lake, down to the water, down to the beach resort, if you will. This side of the lake does not seem as developed compared to the north shore, where you have sort of bigger cities, hotels, and attractions for tourists. But nice to come here at a slower pace away from it all. Abandoned dachas. And yes, summertime in this region gets pretty hot. I was checking in Bishkek, where I came from. It's 36, 37 degrees Celsius today. So comparatively here, it's pretty cool. All right, here's the main road. When you come down to the main road here, the center, downtown of Kaji-Say, if you will, not too much going on. Sort of looks like the American Wild West, possibly a movie set. Just a couple storefronts. Unpaved road, dusty. Very cool mountains in the background though. But the lake is here. Got a nice breeze coming off of it, and there's something down the shore here that needs to be explored. This beach is idyllic, a long expanse, no people around, crystal clear, blue water, and relatively fine sand as well. Would be nice to have a lie down on the beach. Right now, we don't have time for that, however. We've got somewhere to go, somewhere to be. This thing seems too good to miss out on. Our next destination is right down the shore here. I was hoping that we could reach it by just walking down the beach. Let's see if we can traverse this boulder field. I see another beach. Hope it opens up over here. Looks like we're good to go. Bit of a workout trekking in the sand here with sneakers on. I'm sort of zigzagging up and down here. You think you see a patch that looks a bit firmer. Turns out to be a mirage. Enough complaining. Onward. Was walking the whole way along the beach a bad idea? Could be. Could I have just taken a cab? Perhaps. Did I just accidentally step on an anthill while taking a piss? That's beside the point. We're almost there. Committed. Let's go. Look at this place. It looks like some sort of post-apocalyptic amusement park. I've just been left here. This huge mural decorated tower up there. Towers really all along the perimeter. Got a statue here. Massive area. Let's just continue down here, see what else is on display. For my deep research on this place, I found that it sounded like a vanity project of one millionaire turned politician. We see a local Kyrgyz man. He had a grand vision of creating a center of spirituality and science. And this was the place he settled for. Acquired some land here, right between the mountains and the lake. Apparently, he had calculated that this had some symbolic, universal significance, this location. I didn't go too into that, but who knows? There could be some force fields at play here. Clearly an ambitious project, just looking at the scale of things here and what they managed to achieve in a short time. Construction halted after just 2 years. But in 2009, look down here, it just continues on and on. There's a dock down there. Look at these vivid paintings, these murals. They still have the vibrant colors on them. From what I could ascertain, it all felt a bit new agey, tying in spirituality with ancient local myths. But nonetheless, just as a piece of art, this is pretty impressive. Maybe they cut a couple corners on the construction. This is wild. Towers, the high walls. Here you can see some depictions of ancient nomadic culture. The man on the horse with the bow and arrow. Man in fur hat, fur coat, and the eagle on the shoulder, or on the hand rather. So a center for spirituality and, I don't know, scientific research. Sounds pretty vague. The idea was to have 365 yurts, the nomadic tents, and fill those with 365 students. The general idea sounded like it was a place for collaboration, fostering new ideas. So even if you had experts in a field come in, there was absolutely no formal lectures or grades or exams or anything like that. So yeah, tough to say what the actual practical outcome of it would be. But the plan was that there would be sort of Nobel Prize winners coming out of this complex. Pretty impressive dock right there. ballerina. And here we have one piece of art that seems to have collapsed. Oh yeah. Look at that. Pile these poles into this sandy embankment, and the erosion got the best of it. Look, we got 1, 2, 3 poles collapsed. What do we have here? A wise man, a king perhaps. These people could be historical figures, some of them could be sort of characters or figures from folklore. The snow leopard, the elusive grey ghost that you can find in the Kyrgyz mountains here. And here we have the steps to what looks to be an amphitheater. The students sitting up there, perhaps there were actually going to be tourists coming here, and there would be sort of dance shows, music performances going on here. Would have been a pretty cool place. Sit and enjoy a concert, the lake in the background with that big artwork intact. Would have been something. Here we have, see, many of these have most of them have the mountains in the background. Here we have a lady with the traditional headdress. You can see sort of the vision evoke some historical symbolism, awaken some sort of spirituality within you, some hidden forces. But on ground level, it does feel a bit tacky, perhaps, especially when I have the cheap construction. They're like a drug baron's mansion vibes. Here are the yurts off to the side. Of course, these are not yurts at all. These are just buildings with a shape that resembles the yurt. Just waiting for someone to pop out in a minute and tell me to scram. I think there's someone in there. Oh, mind-boggling undertaking and project when you think about it. This is no small plot of land. I'm building all of this just purely decorative stuff for essentially, it sounds like a pretty loosey-goosey summer camp. Not seeing it through and then letting it rot like this. Read about these things online, try and get some more information. There's always a glimmer of hope that it might be revived. Someone's gonna buy it, maybe keep building this vision or turn it into something else, usually a hotel. But at this point, not too much to continue building on here. You have to tear this stuff down. Here we can see what looks like the Issyk Kul lake that we are standing by. The lady maybe blessing it. From my limited knowledge on the subject. Let's walk down this middle line here in the central courtyard. See if we testing our luck if there's some sort of security here. On the other hand, we just enter from the beach. There's no gate, no fence. So this is the central complex that we're inside now. But you might see in the background there, that's on the other side of the road, up on the hill. There's another mural and a statue. And way up on top of that hill, there's a man sitting with his legs crossed. All of that, of course, connected to this place. Let's head up there, see if we can make it. I think that distance is probably pretty deceiving. Probably pretty high up. Just walking along the back side of the complex, facing the beach. This wall, you can see, has a curve to it. And on the side, looks to be circular portholes. So this would have been a ship. Oh, there's a door. Let's check it out. The shape of a ship. This structure probably be holding a mast of some kind of support. Yeah, this looks pretty gutted. Cinder block ship that's been washed ashore here by the lake. Up here, the perimeter fence is sort of hanging off the ledge there. This will probably not help the erosion. Ended up in a bit of a no man's land here. Construction site. The road. I got the trail up. Let's head in that direction. We're approaching the sign that stands on the opposite side of the road from the complex. The artwork on this sign is supposed to depict the revolution that happened in Kyrgyzstan in 2005 when the long-sitting president was ousted. So the dragon there, maybe some sort of corruption. You have the Kyrgyz young men fighting it. And over on the end here we have a government building, and up on top you can see the silhouettes of snipers, so pretty violent. Yeah, former president may or may not have had some corrupt and authoritarian tendencies. When he was starting to put his children into important political positions, the people had had enough. They rose up, and yeah, they were successful. He was ousted and he fled the country. We made it up the hill. Close enough to the Music Man. It gets pretty treacherous from here. I think this is as good a place as any to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna head down the ridge again, down to that road, hopefully catch a ride. Catch you in the next one.